When I was thinking about how to handle Deng, I went through various stages. But I thought the most important thing I could do was not just to describe Deng alone, but to focus on how he changed China. So I give one introductory chapter which traces Deng to try to give the reader a sense of what he was like and the forces that shaped him before he became a high official in Beijing. But then I start with his return from the wilderness in 1973, when he begins to assume responsibility. And I try to give a sense of what he did and how this was changing China. I try to give a sense of what was happening, how he looked at it. And so the focus is on Deng, and in a sense it's a history of the era. But I also try to make all the people that he worked with come alive. It's common when talking about the tier of leadership to give a list of all the things they'd done. I didn't want to do that. I wanted, as somebody who had studied psychology and done a lot of case studies, I wanted to make them come alive without the jargon, but to get a sense of the feel. And I was very appreciative of Wang Gungwu, who I think is as great a historian we have of China, that he acknowledged that I had made these secondary leaders come alive, that they were real people, and I had a chance to talk to them. I had the good fortune of being able to interview the children of all the 6 or 8 top leaders, and that was a way of getting a sense of them. I was, of course, trying to get certain details, but more than that, I wanted to get a sense of what their father was like. And it's an interesting intellectual exercise to try to get the distance from people who were trying to display filial piety and give a good impression, and yet tell enough about the father and the story so that I, as an interviewer, could get some intellectual distance on the story they were telling to try to make them come alive.